Look, it's big brew time. If you've not been following along, I've started up a brewery with my friend Mike called Bin Day Brewing Company, and we're brewing our first proper commercially available beer today with our friends at Knox Beers up here in Grimsby. It's a pale ale. It's going to be nice, I hope, and better go and help the others do some work. Not be lazy and just talk to the camera. I'll work this brewing, innit? It's exciting having a properly packaged beer rather than a label that I've either drawn myself or printed out on the printer sort of thing. It's good. I'm looking forward to seeing the final can design and all that malarkey. I also like on the little blurb on the back of this, my name's in bold and Mike's isn't. Big power move that, big power move. How's your zesting skills, Jack?
I mean, I can give it a go. I imagine...
Any experience?
I think I've done it once before. Does that make me qualified?
Yeah, top tier.
You're gonna
We don't want amateurs.
You're going to teach me how to do it?
We've only got 65 to go.
You need 100 oranges in total, Mike. You've nearly finished one. About 6 minutes. Do you think this is going to go?
I think we could have it here for days. Although I'm really hoping that by the end of this, I'll be assessing.
You're not getting it in the bowl. Look, you're not getting the side.
That's the. I've got a technique whereby the bad stuff leaves the system.
So here's your technique, Mike. What you want to be doing? Go around the middle first. Get the easy win with the zest. You're holding it over here, so it's not going over the side. You go around, you're doing one complete lap of the orange. So you've got everything there, that's your main bit. Then you just go around the edges, a bit more in depth. But it doesn't have to be perfect, this. It doesn't matter if you miss bits. It's a volume game.
It's a really top-notch mansplaining, zest-splaining from Robbie Knox.
Well, if you knew how to zest an orange properly, you wouldn't have to have explained. You've zested for like 10 minutes now, Mike. How are you feeling?
Beginning to tire slightly. It's a long game, though. It's like, I hope we don't hit an orange wall.
Nearly done. How do you left to do?
One back down. What? Hang on, 2, 4, 6, 8. This is the 10th orange, which leaves us a mere 55 oranges to go. We're in it for the long haul.
So we've just about finished recirculating the wort. So over the last 20 minutes, after the mash is finished, we want to make it so it's a bit clearer. Because a lot of the time you pull a lot of grain from the bottom and you don't want that going into the kettle. So what I've been doing is I've been recirculating through here, back into the tank. So it's cleared up now, it's looking a lot clearer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop that, change the pipe work so it goes into the kettle, and then we can start collecting, ready to start the boil.
How are things going so far, Lewis?
Exceedingly swimmingly. It's going absolutely to plan, everything's going well, runoff's going really nicely and smoothly. Yeah, overall, looking really good. It's going to be a good brew.
You're proud of us, Lewis?
I'm very proud of you. That is good work. That is good work. That's a lot of orange zest. Also, like, it's quite, like, I don't look loads more than when there was 35. I think it's because the bowl gets wider. Yeah.
It's like we haven't done it very well.
Yeah, no, you've definitely,
no,
they're definitely well zested oranges.
Something enormously satisfying about doing this.
So the beer's brewing and it's time to clean out the mash tun. So I volunteered Mike to get in, get stuck in, climb into it and do some digging. Look at the little mash tun hobby at work. Bittering hops going in. Ah!
Quick one to keep the foam down. That is that. That was some Protoflot tablets, just to help the beer clear a little bit towards the end of the boil. It'll kind of bind all that kind of like gunk in there that we don't want. It'll bind and join the whirlpool. It should drop out with the hops. So.
So this is our tank, is it?
Yep, this is where all that beer is going today.
Old Faithful.
Old Faithful.
It needs a name.
Feel free to name it. Currently she's known as FV6.
What's in FV6 currently?
It's currently diluted peracetic acid, which will be the kind of final sterile rinse to clean out all this pipe work and make sure everything's nice and safe and ready to go.
Next time it's comedy, isn't it?
So I'm just recording the data from the back of the yeast at the minute. For the brew, we're using a fairly traditional English ale yeast. Gives quite a neutral characteristic with a little bit of a fruity edge. Should ferment fairly quickly and leave us with like a nice body, and should drop all the kind of bits and pieces of yeast that we don't want in the product. Should drop out really quite nicely with this. So this is realistically one of the kind of more final stages of the day where things can go wrong. So it's a case of everything getting thoroughly sanitized.
How much beer we made, Lewis? Have you done any sums?
I have done some quick maths with 2 Fs, and it is 2,533 litres, which is a very good yield. So, good work, team. Nailed it.
It's all done here. Beer's in the tank, yeast is added. Just done most of the cleaning, just finishing that off, and it's going to be time to go and have a relaxing beer in the Grimsby sun. A lot of fun had here today. Really nice guys at Docks, and it's been a really pleasant experience. Considering we don't really know what we're doing, they've been so patient and lovely and brilliant. Yeah, great. Get yourself down here if you're ever anywhere near Grimsby. Do it. Anyway, now we play the waiting game and the fermenting game. With the beer fermenting, it was time for us to sit down with Docks and choose a name and can design, and this is what we came up with: Valencian Tip Run. Valencian Tip Run is the perfect drink to relax with on a hot summer's evening after you've taken an old mattress to the local waste and recycling centre. Looks good, doesn't it? After a few weeks, the cans were ready, so Mike and I sat down in my garden for the first ever tasting. So here we are, and I'm proud to announce that we have just had delivery and we have got the first ever cans of Valencian Tip Run here. Have a look at that. Can you see that? That there? Is that in focus? I'll cut it in if not. There we go. Valencian Tip Run, 5.2% orange pale ale. Very exciting. We're going to have our first ever taste of the beer. Along with Michael here. So let's have a little pour. Oh, it smells fantastic.
Oh, it does. You can smell the orange zest coming through.
That's great. That's really good. Well done, us. And Docks.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's really good. The fizz really helps. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased.
They said it might taste different to when we did the pilot one, just because of the dimensions and all the rest. But I don't think that's hugely different at all. I think that's really nice.
Oh, I think it's much more. I think the fizz is much more.
There's much more fizz in it. Much more fizz, and that
really
lifts
helps.
it.
Oh, really refreshing. You could session that. You could absolutely session that. Pleased, very pleased. That's good, because if that was rank, that would be awkward.
We've got problems.
It would really have been awkward. But anyway, so this is it. Valencian Tip Run, Orange Pale Ale. It is available now to people on the mailing list. Now, the response to the brewery stuff has been a bit mental, if I'm honest. Like the t-shirts, you might wear the t-shirts, they sold out in a couple of days. We've had so many messages from people, a mental amount of people signing up to the Bin Day Brewing YouTube and everything like that. And on the mailing list for the beers, and bear in mind there's only like, I think something like 5,000 cans or something. 3,000 people have signed up to it, more than 3,000 people. So what I'm saying is, if you want this, go quick. If you're on the mailing list already, you should have had an email. Go and check your junk mail if you can't see it for this. If you haven't, if you're not on the email yet and you want to be, go and join the mailing list at bindaybrewing.com, and you will straight away get an email back with the link for how you can go and buy the beers. If not, if there's any left, they go on general sale on Wednesday, the 23rd. Big brewery fan. So Wednesday 23rd, so you can go and get some then if there's any left. But yeah, join the mailing list. It's absolutely mad. Like the 24th, so this Thursday will be a year since I first brewed my first ever beer. So less than a year. To have this here is a bit mental, and it's really good. And the guys at Docs have been so great, so make sure you support them. When you go to the Docs website, buying some of this, maybe pick up something else. Oh yeah, if you fancy it. A lot of good beers on there. Really like clap fish. Good recommendation that as well if you like something like this. But yeah, Valencian tip run available now. Don't know why you're still watching. You should be off ordering. But cheers, thanks for everyone's support on the brewing stuff. It's been mad. Onwards and upwards.
Cheers, guys.
I've been hit in the face by an orange.
What?